Welcome back in. It's three-man front here on a Tuesday, beautiful Tuesday. It's always a fun Tuesday in the Terrace at Social Taco. You can join us. We broadcast until 2, 10 to 2 every single Tuesday here, Mix and Match Tacos. Don't forget about brunch on the weekends. You've got brunch, bottomless, topless brunch, 10 to 2:30 on Saturday, 10 to 2:30 on Sunday. SocialTaco.bar for more information. Located right here next to Homewood City Hall in the square, but it's always a fun time. Yeah,
You did that.
yeah, I did.
Yeah. All right.
You wanted it, you got it.
I appreciate that.
You're welcome.
All right, joining us on the Higginbotham hotline is Demetri ready? Conrad, is he ready to do his thing?
Yes, he is.
Meat.
Demetri.
Did you meet somebody that knows me as a child? Because I've not been called meat since I was like 7 or 8 years old.
I don't know. We were going through your last name because it came up
Right.
last time, and Pat said it, and then I said it another way, and then we just started breaking down your last name and then your first name, and somehow I
Just
came
start
up
calling
with
you meat.
Yeah, meat.
Yeah.
You like meat?
Yeah. No, that's what excuse me. That's what my father and all my cousins call me. But with my father, could imagine it said with English very much as your second language.
Okay, so since you've been on this program at the beginning of this football season, you have taken shots at Kalen DeBoer. You've inferred that maybe Alabama should move on from him, and then all of a sudden Alabama starts winning games. Now you're going on social media and you're attacking Nick Saban for them not having a proper, I guess, show this last weekend talking about Bill Belichick. What's your problem with Alabama people?
Well, as you know, they took all of mine and my parents' money to get my degree from there, so now I'm exactly that pound of flesh. I think that when it comes to Saban and game day, I mean, you guys were all in the broadcasting business. Don't you guys take it seriously? Like it seems to me watching that segment about Bill Belichick, either Kirk Herbstreit, Nick Saban, and Reese Davis don't take the job seriously, or they have very little respect for their audience to think they can pull the BS they pulled on Saturday, talking about everything. Just you need time to compete in college football. That is not what North Carolina sold people when it came to Bill Belichick.
All right, so that brings me to this question. I know every place is different, but it is hard to argue that when you see the results of Cignetti would be right there at the top of examples, but coaches going into programs immediately flipping them if it means from going to 1 or 2 wins to getting bowl eligible or to getting to a college football playoff. There's examples of it being done. I don't think it's unreasonable with the millions of dollars that are being put into these programs, these coaches and these players are being paid, that some of these programs demand winning instantly. Is that unreasonable?
No, not at all. I don't think that is unreasonable when you are investing the money, and I really don't think it is unreasonable when you hire a coach and GM that come in pounding their chest about nobody in college football knows how to do this as well as us who have never done this before. Like the thing about Belichick that is so hard to stomach listening to people defend is this guy has gone out of his way at every turn to absolutely insult college football lifers. And I don't understand how he's earned the benefit of the doubt, right? Like, especially with that schedule, there is no excuse this team should be any worse than 8-4 at the end of the season. And now we're sitting here debating, do they win another game? I don't know that they do.
All right, Demetri, in regards to James Franklin, the carousel has already begun around college football. Matter of fact, on Sunday you had 3 coaches fired, including in our own neck of the woods, Trent Dilfer from UAB. So that Penn State job and James Franklin, was it a little bit too late before they got rid of him? How do you sum up that job, and who do you think is the likely candidates that they're seriously looking at?
I mean, let's start with the second part first. With all due respect and apologies to Molly, I believe the search begins and ends with Carolina Panthers legend Matt Rule as the next head coach of the Penn State Nittany Lions. I mean, I think this happened pretty quick, right? Because that season is still very salvageable after the Oregon loss. It is the fact that 2 weeks in a row, they looked so unprepared. There was nothing that was going to satisfy Penn State fans this year short of a national championship. Maybe an appearance in the national championship game would have been good enough. But Drew Aller hasn't really developed that. What we were told was generational college football defense wasn't coming together. I get why you give the guy as many opportunities as you do, but I would guess it got to a point with Penn State where they heard over and over again from the people they asked for money, no, I won't donate for that, but call me when you're ready to pay the buyout. And when that's what you're hearing, you got to make that move.
How attractive is that Penn State job in your eyes these days?
I don't know. It seems like it should be, right? But because there have been so few head coaches in the history of Pennsylvania State University, I do wonder if we're not looking at like a Virginia Tech situation where, no, you're not a football school, you were a one-guy school. I don't think we obviously have enough information to say that is definitely the case or not, but I do think that it is not a coincidence that every time there is an opportunity to get left, boy, does Penn State take it. Like, Ohio State and Michigan should not be this far in front of them if they are what they claim to be.
All right, so I want to pivot to the NFL because you do a podcast in which you make fun of the Carolina Panthers all the time. But my goodness gracious, they beat America's team over the weekend. Does this mean that we can actually talk about the Carolina Panthers potentially? Now, they're at 500 now, right? Aren't they 3-3? Is that right?
3-3, 500 for the first time since November 10th, 2021.
And it looked like Bryce Young had a really good second half against the Cowboys. Is this just a paper tiger here, or Carolina actually turning the corner as a franchise?
I think we will know for sure this week because right now they are 3-0 at home and 0-3 on the road. And this week they go to the Jets. Like, we're really going to know how much control Dave Canales has of this program, or I guess does not have of this program if they cannot even beat the Jets on the road. I think when his back is against the wall, Bryce can make every throw and do everything that is asked of him, but you cannot ignore how his back and the team's back keeps getting against the wall. You know, this week, the interception, absolutely not his fault. It bounced out of his receiver's hand. It's frustrating, though. As a fan of Bryce, it's frustrating because even when everything is going his way, it's not all going his way because of stuff like that. I think that we're far away from talking about dark horse playoff team, but like 7-10, that would be a 2-win improvement over last season. 8-9, that's not out of the picture right now.
Demetri Ravanos joining us here on Three Man Front and joining us on the Higginbotham Hotline. Swinging back to college football with potential other openings, what is one job that you're keeping your eye on that could come open that you think would be very interesting to see who would fill it?
Okay, so obviously this is biased living here in Raleigh, but NC State is really interesting to me because the fan base is very much done with Dave Dorn. Dave has been a little bit not all the way to the degree that Dabo is, but he's been a little bit hands-off when it comes to NIL and being active in the portal. I think if that job were to come open, I mean, I think they'd be crazy not to call James Franklin for a job like that, where the expectations are not national championship, and he would really get the chance to build a program. And on top of that, we have not really seen NC State go out and make a football hire in this new era of college football. And look, guys, I mean, as crazy as it is to call any North Carolina school a football school, they are the football school in the area. I wonder if they would pony up and be a player, especially with an ACC where nobody is consistently good anymore.
All right, Demetri, before we let you go, I want to ask you about this Alabama football team because three impressive victories against three ranked SEC opponents. Only 4 other teams has ever done that in the history of the Southeastern Conference. Now they've got another, and it's Tennessee Hate Week. How do you think the Tide's going to do this week against the Tennessee Vols?
I don't see a reason to think this stops this week. I think Missouri is a much better team than Tennessee is, and Alabama didn't run away with it, but they did everything they needed to win that game. Ty Simpson is playing very much like a Heisman frontrunner, even as Ryan Williams starts to not just fade back to the pack, but disappear. I mean, my Lord. Brooks is coming on like crazy. Horton is becoming a super reliable receiver. The pass rush is getting better penetration each and every week. Maybe I have swung too far in the other direction, but I look top to bottom in college football, and I don't see anybody that I would say is definitively better than Alabama. Doesn't mean I think they're the best team in the country, but I don't see any evidence that there is a monster this year. And if that's the case, why not the team with the best offense in the country?
Good point. Demetri, what do you have coming up this week on the college football bubble bath?
I don't know, because I was very hot on the Nick Saban college game day conversation, but you boys let me get that out of my system. So who knows? I might just flex for the camera for a good minute and a half.
How about hand gestures and how they can be misinterpreted?
I have had multiple conversations about the Georgia media corps being so quick to defend that obviously that is what Kirby was doing this week with people here in ACC country that don't quite.
Demetri Ravanos, always entertaining, always fun. Demetri, we always appreciate the time or meet. Thank you.
All right, boys. Good talking to you.
All right. Demetri Ravanos joining us on the Higginbotham Hotline. That's always a fun conversation. We got more of your text on the Jocks text line we will get to. Also, another edition of Pat Ponders that we'll do as well. We're live from Social Taco here in the Square in Homewood. It's 3 in front right here on your home for college football and more. Jocks. Welcome back in. Social Taco. A lot of the gang is still here. Appreciate all of you joining us out there. Get into Social Taco this afternoon, the half-off happy hour, 3 to 6, Monday through Friday, the appetizers and the drinks that are half off. I tell you every single day about Prize Pick. We had professional football last night. Conrad, I did not double-check. Did we win our Prize Picks play last night?
No, we did not. Josh Allen let us down.
All right. Well, that happens sometimes.
He had a bad game last night.
You can't win every night, but we have won more than we've lost on Prize Picks. You're going to be a winner on Prize Picks. First of all, you can join millions of users. Sign up today for America's #1 fantasy sports app. You download the Prize Picks app. Use code WJOX. You're going to get $50 in lineups after you play your first $5 lineup. That's code WJOX to get the $50 in lineup after you play the first $5 lineup. It's really simple to play. We're just going to pick more or less on at least 2-player stats. You can pick up to 6, but for this, we're going to go 2. We're going to go professional baseball playoffs. You got the Dodgers. You got the Brewers. Dodgers up in that series. They go again today. Conrad, Max Muncy, and Pat, feel free to chime in. Max Muncy for the Dodgers. 0.5 hits, runs, RBIs. That means he's just got to get 1 if you go more. You going
Feels
more?
like we should be going more.
Yeah, more.
I feel like we should go more. All right, we're going to go more on that. How about Mookie Betts? 1.5 on hits, runs, RBIs. That means he has to combine for 2 of any combination of those 3 stat lines.
See, I go more.
I kind of want to go less on that one.
See, I go more.
Well, then let's go more.
Pat's seen more baseball than you.
Oh, okay.
Well, I mean, I have too. It's technically because we're older. But, yes.
That's true.
All right, so we'll go more there. We hit both of those, we're a winner. You can be a winner too. Download Prize Picks today. Code WJOX. Get the $50 in lineups. Prize Picks, it's good to be right.
All right, so Brent Venables, half the SEC coaches, they have their weekly pressers on Monday. Others have them on Tuesday. Brent Venables, who's the head coach of the Oklahoma Sooners, he had his this morning. So the average margin of victories in SEC games this year, back 2 years ago, the average margin of victory was 16.3 points. Last year it dropped to 13.3. This year it's 10.7.
Woo.
A lot more competitive this year in the Southeastern Conference than it has been in years past. So Brent Venables, at his press conference this morning, he said the following. This isn't the old Big 12 days where Oklahoma destroys everybody every single week except one game of the year. Of course, this is the same Venables that went 16-10 overall, 10-8 in the Big 12 during his first 2 years at Oklahoma. So that's what he said at his press conference. This isn't the old Big 12 days where Oklahoma destroys everybody every single week except one game of the year. Well, guess what the Big 12 did? On their official social media, including their Twitter, they quote tweeted the individual story about what he said, and the Big 12 officially, the conference, Coach Venables lost 8 conference games in his 2 seasons in the Big 12. Just wanted to point out that he did not have the success as he was trying to throw shade at the Big 12 conference, talking about how Oklahoma killed everybody when Oklahoma was in the Big 12. At least the 2 years that he was there, that did not take place.
I never, though, in my wildest dreams, thought that game would play out the way that it did Saturday.
No, me neither.
But it makes it fun week to week.
Sure.
Unless you're a diehard of one of those schools, and your heart's on pause at times.
Now, wouldn't you love to have Mike Gundy still at Oklahoma State?
Oh.
Wouldn't that be great? Listening to Gundy take shots at Oklahoma?
Yes.
This isn't the old Big 12 days where Oklahoma destroys everybody every single week except one game of the year, and then the Big 12 Conference tweeted out from their official account, Coach Venables lost 8 conference games in 2 seasons in the Big 12.
Yeah. Well, he's safe for now, but if Oklahoma somehow starts a slide, they got tough games.
Yep.
Their remaining schedule is brutal.
Yeah. So let me ask you guys this question. when you start talking about the NFL, and everybody talks about the scripts, everyone talks about, it's rigged and all this kind of stuff. Is there one particular team in professional football over the course of the last few years that you believe may have the league, maybe the officials looking at them and going, you know what, we're going to give them the benefit of the doubt?
Chiefs, it seems like.
For you, it's the Chiefs.
Yeah.
Okay. How about you, Conrad?
Ooh, NFL teams that get the benefit of the doubt. Chiefs would be first to come to mind. I'd throw the Eagles up there too.
Okay. How about you, Molly? Think it's the Chiefs? Eagles?
Yeah, the Chiefs.
The Chiefs? Well, according to a recent study that has been done over the last 8 years, this study was published in the Journal of Financial Review. The study provides one of the clearest empirical looks at how financial pressures can influence real-time rule enforcement. This is from the University of Texas, El Paso. The research done by a team at UTEP presents evidence that the Chiefs have benefited from slanted officiating from 2015 to 2023, a time that has coincided with the rise as one of the NFL's most marketable franchises. This is from the study. Our findings suggest that when the league's financial health is at stake, rule enforcement may suddenly shift to protect market appeal. This comes from Spencer Barnes, Ph.D., assistant professor of finance at UTEP. The fact that postseason penalties consistently favored one franchise while similar dynasties showed no such pattern points to the powerful role of financial incentives in shaping supposedly neutral decision. The study shows that during the playoffs, which the research team identified as the NFL's most commercially valuable period, penalties against opposing defenses of the Chiefs' offense were significantly more likely to the result of first downs, cover more yardage, and fall into subjective categories such as roughing the passer or pass interference. Importantly, these effects were absent from the Tom Brady-era New England Patriots and other recent Super Bowl contenders, suggesting the phenomenon is unique to Kansas City's emergence as a television ratings powerhouse, the UTEP study found.
Okay, I do, and I guess I can't argue against it because they seem like they've done their research and they have evidence that would prove their point correct. I definitely feel like when Tom Brady was around, he got the benefit of calls all the time. And I'm not saying that was wrong necessarily, but it definitely felt like the Patriots and Tom Brady got their fair share of calls during their dominance.
So do you feel like maybe Tom Brady got more than Patrick Mahomes has gotten?
I mean, I would say it's pretty even. And look, I understand that this is probably going to be an unpopular opinion, but I think there are certain guys you get to a certain level, you kind of get the benefit of the doubt if you're Tom Brady or Patrick Mahomes or a Josh Allen now, somebody of that. When you've been at the top of your position, the top of your game for a long period of time, people are going to give you the benefit of the doubt. That's just kind of how it works. We talk about it all the time in college football with certain programs. So I feel like it happens a good bit.
Do you think that somebody could do a study on Auburn University football and see if the SEC definitely had a slant towards Auburn?
There'd be a massive spike in this year's
I think
statistics.
Scroll down a little bit. I found it interesting that this came from the Woody L. Hunt School of Business.
You mean like the family that owns the Chiefs, perhaps?
Is there any relation?
It says Woody L. Hunt is the chairman and CEO of Hunt Companies, Inc., and its affiliated companies. He also serves as chairman of the Hunt family. So, based on this, yes, but you can't believe everything you read.
Interesting.
Isn't that interesting?
So this was the final line of the study. It says, this research not only deepens our understanding of sports governance, but also illustrates a larger societal concern. When financial pressure weighs heavily, impartiality can erode. Do we really need to have a study to figure out that money is the root of all evil?
The love of money is.
Well, you understand.
Yes. Uh, no.
Okay, it does say that the Hunt Family Foundation is the one connected to the Chiefs, and that's the one that he seems to be the chairman of.
Okay, well, he's got a guy there in his school of business. It's
I hope he's got all of
about
his.
to reveal the secret.
I hope he's got all of his funding wrapped
I was
up.
about to say, that guy doesn't have a job right now.
No. Oh, wow.
Yeah, so there you go. UTEP's study shows the NFL officiating favors the Kansas City Chiefs.
That's America's new team, Cowboys fan.
2015 through 2023, the NFL showed impartiality towards Kansas City.
I know. I don't buy it. I think it's fun to play the conspiracy and the scripted game, but there's too much money tied up into it. Too many people would have to be quiet.
Yeah. Well, at least that's what you and I discuss in Vulcan's head.
Yeah. That meeting's coming up. When
Yes,
somebody
it
gets
is.
screwed out of the college football playoff, we'll be in there.
Yeah, there's no question about that. There's no question about Courtesy GMC and Trust. We need to get by and see them off of I-459 exit 32. 9 acres of inventory, whether it's pre-owned or brand new GMCs that arrive daily on site, whether it's the Yukon XL, Acadias, Terrains, the Sierra trucks, Yukon XLs, Yukons. They've got it all. Go by and see them right off of I-459 exit 32. And every brand new GMC you're going to buy from Courtesy, by the way, which is not only the deepest inventory you're going to find in the Southeast, but the best prices, lowest prices on any brand new GMC. They will not be beat. Go by and see them. And also, brand new GMCs come with their patented 7-year, 100,000-mile powertrain warranty. So go by, see Josh Gargis, Drew Lawley, and the fantastic team there at Courtesy GMC in Trussville, right off of I-459 exit 32, courtesybirmingham.com.
Pat write questions. We try to answer those questions. Pat ponders on the way next on Three Man Front.
1:33 here on Jocks. Welcome back in. We've got about 30 minutes left to go in the program. Appreciate everybody tuning in. A lot of people stopping by and seeing us here each and every Tuesday here at Social Taco.
Well, as football season moves on, you know that means changes in the weather are coming, so you need to protect your HVAC system with a checkup from a trained comfort specialist so that when the cold weather hits, you'll have peace of mind that you're protected by America's most reliable and most trusted brand. So go and find a comfort specialist near you at Train.com. It's hard to stop a train.
All right, brought to you each and every day by Courtesy GMC and Trustful. I come up with questions. They give me answers. This is Pat Ponders.
I want to know what you're thinking. Tell me what's on your mind.
It's time for Pat Ponders.
Brought to you by Courtesy GMC and Trustful, right off of I-459 exit 32. Visit their online inventory at courtesybirmingham.com. All right, question number one. So Kirby Smart gaslighted the SEC refs on Saturday night, saying he was clapping instead of signaling for a timeout. So describe one of your more memorable gaslighting incidents, you personally, whether you did it or someone tried to do it to you.
Ooh. Somebody else has one.
So my wife likes to have fun with me sometimes because she works in the medical field, and obviously I talk about football, so I don't know anything about medicine. So that gives her
Carte blanche.
Yes, she can kind of have her fun with me if you want. I guess we could call it that. Anyway, so this was like 2 years ago, right after we had gotten married, and she I'm glad I can entertain you already.
It's just the things that we're avoiding.
She had me take a test.
Page again?
She had me take a test, and it may or may not have resulted in me getting some shocking information about my mental capabilities. And it was a fake test that she had come up with and had me answer, knowing the way I would answer it would make it look like we'll just say, had a very low IQ. And she had convinced me. I mean, we're sitting there and I'm going, oh my God, like, what is wrong with me? Like, why am I not? And she was playing along. She did a great job. It lasted for a whole night. And then the next day she let me know, hey, by the way, that was a fake quiz that I gave you yesterday, and you're actually okay. But, yeah, Paige gaslit me into thinking that I was.
That you were dumb?
Yes, that is a nice way of saying it. Yes, correct.
That's tough.
I can go back to the Paul Feinbaum show and witnessing some gaslighting.
If y'all were going to ask me about mine, that absolutely, we did it for 4 hours one day.
Yeah. Tell that story.
It was in the middle of the summertime, and needless to say, there wasn't jack going on. And so we just kind of were sitting around just kind of chit-chatting, and then all of a sudden Paul came up with the idea of, hey, I'm going to discuss that Bill Curry was the championship-winning coach in 1992 for Alabama, not Gene Stallings. And, oh, my goodness, for 4 hours, we started getting people that actually believed that it was Bill Curry, not Gene Stallings. And we had people calling in and say, yeah, I remember Alabama carrying Bill Curry off the field in the Superdome. Oh, yeah, absolutely. I mean, seriously. And we were sitting in the other end going, oh, you got to be kidding me. But, yeah, 4 hours. This was before gaslighting became a very popular thing nowadays.
That was the first thing I thought of, though.
Yeah, but I mean, it was amazing how we started at 2 o'clock, and by 5:45, we had most of the state and everyone around the Southeast on Sirius XM radio thinking that Bill Curry had won a national championship at Alabama.
That is great.
This is kind of dumb, but I think
it falls in line with Conrad being dumb. So
yeah. It's such a little thing, but it's just one of those things that kind of bothered me for a little bit. So I had, Nebraska gets cold, obviously. And so I had this lip balm that I would wear in the winter to keep my lips from getting super chapped. And I always kept it in my car. And one day I was driving one of my friends, and for some reason, a couple days later I realized, I can't find, and it's a very specific brand, and it's not like, it's like a nicer brand. Like, it's one that you would get at, like, a Sephora. So it's a little bit more expensive, but, it's a good lip balm. And a couple weeks later, I was in her car, and I was like, that looks like that's mine. And so I asked her, I was like, hey, I didn't know you use that stuff too. And she was like, oh yeah, like I just love it. But I knew it was mine because I had this gut feeling that she took it, and she kept being like, no, I've been using this stuff for years. And I'm like, well, I've never seen you use it before, so, but I'll believe you.
So she was just trying to gaslight you to think like that was hers,
Right.
and not yours.
But I know darn well it wasn't.
Wow.
I don't know if this counts as gaslighting. When I was a kid, my uncle, my mom's brother, and because he was younger than her, and we would hang out, he'd take me to baseball card shows and stuff like that. But he had convinced me when I was young to the point where I actually believed it, that they found me in a like a BFI dumpster outside of the Pizza Hut. Parking lot there on Columbiana. The old I think it's another. But you remember the Pizza Hut used to be there going down the hill, Columbiana Road.
Absolutely.
Yep. And I think finally my mom, it came to a head because I came up in my kindergarten class where I shared that. And
that you were hanging out in a dumpster at Pizza Hut?
It came up in a conversation with my mom and the teacher. My mom was, oh gosh. So she had to tell her brother, stop. You need to tell him.
Stop with the gaslighting of Landrum. Yeah. All right, question number 2. The NFL yesterday handed down a 1-game suspension for former Bama safety and Lions defender Brian Branch. His punishment comes due to his role in instigating a post-game fracas in Kansas City on Sunday night. Now, the game he's going to miss is a big one, too, as Monday night's matchup with the 5-1 Buccaneers. But the question is the 1-game punishment, is that too much, too little, or just right for what he did?
Typically, I guess 1 game's, normally par for the course for that kind of thing. I thought what he did was absolutely disgusting. That was some weak ass you-know-what, in my opinion, from Brian Branch. That was some real low-life stuff that he did to Juju after the game. And for me personally, I would suspend him probably 2 or 3 games, but, it's par for the course for the NFL, so I guess 1 game's fine. But that was unacceptable.
Yeah, I was interested to hear your answer because I was leaning more towards you, what you said there at the end. I would think 2 or 3 as opposed to just the 1.
I
think that hurts more.
Yeah.
Yes.
But like you said, it's kind of par for the course for the NFL. So.
And discourages future behavior by others.
Yeah.
But
and you would like to have him on your field in 2 weeks, Molly.
Yeah.
That is true. Fan. Yeah.
Question number 3. Auburn is now 1-6 when they wear orange face masks. Should Auburn retire the look?
I don't think so. I used to buy into that kind of stuff. I don't. I think they need to find a coach that can win close football games, or get the current coach that they have to figure out what it takes to win close football games. I don't think a face mask has a dang thing to do with it.
I say double down more orange.
Like an orange jersey and orange face mask?
Just everything.
Conrad, you don't get a vote.
It's just orange.
You stick with your black Alabama gear.
Well, that's not happening, so I'm having to go to the Auburn side of things now.
You like the color orange.
More orange for Auburn.
No, get rid of it.
Molly says no.
Get rid of it.
In all seriousness, I like the orange face mask. I think that's a really solid look, generally speaking.
I like the original, the dark navy blue face mask. And honestly, if you had only one other option, I like the white with the all-white Stormtrooper. If you got a cash one, it would be the orange face mask. But no, it doesn't have anything to do with it. But I understand some fans are superstitious. 1-6. What was the 1 win?
I can't recall.
When they broke those out?
Can't recall.
Auburn historian, let me know.
Next question. In the landscape of college football, would you rank the Penn State job as a top 5 job in the Big Ten?
Let's see. Let me write it because it's a bigger conference now.
There's like 25 schools in the conference now. I didn't say top 5 in the nation. I said top 5 in the Big Ten.
No. I don't think it is.
Okay. Who's your 5?
I would say Oregon, Ohio State,
No order, just the 5.
Michigan. I think that
I think USC's a better job.
USC.
I would put it in the top
and-
5.
And right now, Indiana.
Landrum has Indiana in the top 5. What'd you say, Molly?
I would have it in the top 5, but maybe at
Penn
number
State?
5. Yeah.
Who's your 4 in front of Penn State?
I mean, the same. Ohio State, Michigan, USC, Oregon, I feel like.
Those fans are starved for a championship. I say Indiana because Signetti is going to get handsomely paid, good town to live in, and the expectations are not going to be where they are in Happy Valley.
Yeah, I agree with Molly. I think it's number 5. I think Ohio State, Oregon, Michigan, and USC are all significantly better jobs than that. But, yeah, I mean, right now I'd probably go Penn State at 5. I think Nebraska's kind of in that same conversation where you would put them right there with Penn State. You could, you might be able to talk me into an Indiana right now. But, yeah, I think they're no higher than number 5.
Yeah, I'm going right now.
I think they're number 5.
Mm-hmm.
Okay. All right, final question of the day, courtesy of BB. What is the strangest rumor you've ever heard about yourself? Can be at any time in your life.
I had a rumor that I peed in the shower too much, and that was just weird.
That's not a rumor.
Just a weird
No, this is
rumor.
kind of a fact.
This would be a great question for the podcast. After hours.
What, is there a salacious rumor about you from the past?
I don't know how to navigate some of these.
Yeah, I don't either. Do you have a option B question?
No, I'm just the
Yeah, BB, sorry. I like to be as honest and transparent on the show as I can, but I just can't. I can't do this one.
I have no idea. I don't know if I've ever heard rumors about me personally. Like, I'm sure there are some, but they've just never come to my attention.
Man, I'm really trying to.
Come on, you can do it.
I'm trying to piece this one together as
Come on, try.
the best way that I can.
There's just absolutely no way I can do it.
I just don't know if I want to put that out there because people are going to take it the wrong way, and I'm never going to
Yeah.
live it down.
Me-
To be
me
completely
too.
honest.
Me too.
But yeah, no,
Especially if it was a hurtful rumor, why would you want to repeat it for however many thousand listeners?
Yeah.
Or embarrassing. As if we don't get enough on the show every day.
I definitely did have a rumor. This one's safer, I feel like. I did definitely have a rumor about me and my girlfriend when we were in 7th grade, I think, about something that people said that we did not.
Okay.
And I remember vividly going, I don't even know what that is. And having a rumor
Bless
that
her
was
heart.
spread about me and having I don't even know what it is that you're talking about, but okay, I guess that's funny. So that would be like the...
Worse for the girl, I'm imagining in that.
Yeah, no,
circumstance.
it wasn't great. Yeah, man.
Yeah.
The
No,
podcast, man. I can't.
No,
I
that
can't.
was good enough. I think we all understand probably what was rumored. Golly, there's another one. It was after we won the state championship in high school, and apparently that went on forever, and it was absolutely not true. But it was legend around the metro. I'll tell you in the break.
That is today's Pat Ponders, brought to you by Courtesy GMC and Trustful, courtesybirmingham.com.
We continue here from Social Taco. People still hanging out. You can do so as well. It's 3-Man Front on the Tuesday on Jocks.
It is 1:51, a couple more minutes left to go, and we'll wrap this one up. We'll be back in studio tomorrow. I want to thank everyone at Social Taco for their hospitality each and every Tuesday. Appreciate everybody stopping by and making this a very special event every Tuesday. You know, SEC Basketball Media Days is going on right now in Mountain Brook, and I just watched a video a couple minutes ago, Landrum, of Coach Wimp Sanderson and Nate Oates hanging out. So we'll have plenty to talk to Coach Sanderson about on Friday as Coach Wimp and Nate talking it over, talking some hoops.
Yeah, it'll be here before you know it.
Yep.
We have reasons to cheer in the state again. I know that not only Alabama, Auburn, but also AK and the UAB Blazers expecting big things this year, and Sanford with a new regime.
Yeah. And we have basketball in Birmingham this week. You got the pregame or preseason matchups. You got Auburn and Oklahoma tomorrow, and you've got Alabama, Florida State on Thursday.
And apparently Molly has just placed her weekly bet for the Nebraska Cornhuskers because Nebraska was a 4-point favorite over Minnesota. They have now jumped up to a 9-point favorite.
Yeah.
So Molly must have placed her 401k earnings.
Everything I own, I put on the Huskers.
They're on the Huskers because the point spread's gone up 5 points.
Okay, I know you don't want to tip your hand, and we've got 3 days left to go. Mm-hmm. Will Nebraska appear on Bet It or Forget It again?
They're playing Minnesota.
Please, God, no.
I would think right now, don't hold me to it, I would say no.
That would just be one of the games that you would throw in there because
we're
Nebraska's
definitely
going to
have it for rivalry week when they take on Iowa.
I mean, I'm leaning more towards Cincinnati at Oklahoma State than I am at Minnesota.
Never mind. Maybe we do want the Nebraska game on there.
So disgusting. Give us a North Carolina game while you're at it.
Okay, I would probably do Nevada and New Mexico. Or Temple, Charlotte. I mean, you guys are starting to be this way.
Just do a Temple game, a Nebraska game, a Penn State game, and a Carolina Panthers game, and then we'll get in a Baylor game.
I was 3-2 last week.
Rule.
Conrad, how did you fare? Do you know?
What'd you go last week?
3-2.
I went 2-3.
Okay.
I hit on Auburn and Alabama, and that was it.
For the season right now, Landrum is 24-16. Conrad is 22-18. Molly had a great week last week. She went 4-1.
Good job, Molly.
She led the week.
Thanks, Oklahoma.
So she is back in it. So you got Landrum 24-16, Conrad 22-18, Molly is 21-19. So everybody is above 500.
We got some strange rumors that are coming in on the text line 205-834-9450. Steve from Tuscaloosa. Strangest rumor about me. My drinking buddies and the staff at Buffalo Wild Wings thought I was the guy who jumped naked in the Bass Pro Shops fish tank in Leeds.
That was a great video, by the way.
It was. This one reads, my stepfather had my brother convinced there was a birthday weasel that brought him presents like Santa Claus. It wasn't until elementary school that he found out that wasn't true. The birthday weasel, anyways. All the kids ridiculed him relentlessly. He was beyond angry and upset.
I just love that of all the animals you could make into like a holiday thing, it's a weasel. Like, really?
We told my cousin when he was young we found him under a cow pile down in the pasture. We kept it going for weeks. Tim the farmer. Thank you, Tim. Thank you for farming. Would Jimbo Fisher be a good fit at Auburn? Oh. Come on, Hugh. Win some games. Pizza Larry says, when I was very young, my dad had me convinced that La Quinta was Spanish for next to Denny's.
That's amazing.
That'll do it. We appreciate all of our guests, all of our friends here at Social Taco, and, of course, you. You make it happen every single day. Got a busy show tomorrow. Voice of the Tide, Chris Stewart, Brian Edwards, our Vegas Insider, and others. From all of us to all of you, remember, God is great. Have a wonderful rest of your Tuesday.